So go to the information counter and confirm the bus times because what they're telling you online doesn't match. Okay, so as I was saying, first thing I did is I went to the information counter and I confirmed the bus times for the day trips because some of the information online doesn't match. So before those trips, find out beforehand so you have the correct info because online isn't reliable. That's the Holiday Inn where during the war the BBC and all the journalists would stay and overlook Sniper Alley. This was Sniper Alley. These are the things to deal with in Bosnia. I'm at the apartment, it's locked, I have no phone signal in Bosnia, so I have to like find someone with a phone. So yellow one is my apartment. So there is a dentist office facing the apartment. I went into the dentist office and got someone to call. So apparently there are two Ali Kovac streets. I went up that one and I'm actually up this one. And again, you can see I'm just by the city hall. So very good location. Don't kill me. So here is my 25 euros a night apartment. Looks like a fold-up bed. But it's a very good location. Alright, we can have like night parties. And let's check out the bathroom. There's a washer dryer. 25 euros, people. 25 euros for 5 nights. Okay, it is nice. I'm happy. I'm happy. Okay, so I have to just get settled in now. 5 nights. Okay. So just a quick update, this is my 3rd time in Sarajevo. I came in 2006 and 2007 and at that time this was all boarded up. You couldn't go in because it was fire damaged from the hills up there. Because this was the National Library and Archives, they wanted to destroy the cultural heritage. So those 2 times I couldn't go in. So now I'm going to see it for the first time, even though I've seen it online. I want to see it for myself. Go in. How rude! I waited since 2007 and I still can't go in. So rain seems to be a running theme when I revisit Sarajevo, but let's just wander down to the Coppers Smith's Alley. So you just have the clock tower and the main mosque that we're going to come back to in a bit. And this is what I was actually looking for. So aside from these kind of bizarre neighborhoods, the Turks also built these indoor bazaars as well called Bezistan. So we're just going to go in here. See, so the Bezistan is the arcade. So let's just go in. So kind of like the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul, they would build these, not in all the places, but in Sarajevo they did, this kind of Bezistan, the indoor covered bazaar. So these are the east-west line, as you can see here. On this side, that was the Bezistan, and that's the Ottoman quarter with the masjid and the clock tower. And as you see, like as you cross this line, now you're in the Austrian Habsburg district. So you literally have the two cultures. So it's just explaining the complex here. So we are here right now, and there's a tomb. There's the main mosque, which is right there. There's the Bezistan, which we just came to. There's the clock tower. There's the hammam, the Turkish bath. So essentially this is the typical layout of a Turkish town with the mosque. I can't find it. The mosque, the bathhouse, the market, clock tower. So general layout of a Turkish town. This is how they are throughout the Ottoman Balkans. So we're going to leave the Ottoman Balkans and see what the Austro Hungarian Habsburgs did when they took over in 1878. It's a very typical European town layout. Again, so you come down the Austro-Hungarian street and then you end up with a big Catholic cathedral. You can just hear them doing the prayer call in the background from the mosque. So this is the Serbian Orthodox Church. The Catholic cathedral was just behind this building here. So that's why they call this the European Jerusalem, because within a couple of 100 meters you can go from the Ottoman quarter with the mosque to a Serbian Orthodox Church, the Catholic Church, and then there's a couple of synagogues as well. There's one on the river, so try and get to that one as well. Okay, so this is how compact and easy it is. 35 is Sarajevo City Hall, see there. And Bascarsija, so that's the old Turkish quarter here. And we are at this park here, number 9 is the Orthodox Church. So literally from the Orthodox Church there to City Hall there, it's within a few city blocks. So that's why this is called the European Jerusalem. There's the eternal flame. So we were just inside the Austrian market hall, so you see how they brought their influences as well when they added to this part of the town centre. Okay, these are the foods. That's burek. Again, so even though we're in the Austro-Hungarian section, there are mixed influences, because this mosque would have been outside of the old Turkish centre. So when the Austro-Hungarians came and built, it kind of got absorbed in. So the Austro-Hungarians took Bosnia in 1878 as a land swap to kind of leave the rest of the Balkans alone. And we're just going to leave the Austro-Hungarian and go back into the original Turkish quarter now. Again, so you can see where the black paving stones are, that's the Austro Hungarian thing, and then that's the covered bazaar, and now we're back into the Ottoman quarter. So mosques in Bosnia are typically locked until prayer time, so they just finished prayer, so I was able to go in. Because I'm Muslim, I said I was going to pray, which I didn't. Okay, so just something else in the old quarter. So we saw the Bezistan, which was like the Grand Bazaar, the indoor covered market area. And they would also build what is called a Han. So a Han is kind of like a courtyard type thing. So a Han is a different type of Turkish bazaar complex. And similar to this, you'd also have the caravanserais. The caravanserais would be, the horses would stable downstairs and then the lodgings would be upstairs, so that's the caravanserai. But the Han has 2 levels of traders. So nobody's upstairs. Again, a Han is a 2-level retail thing in a square courtyard type thing, and then these doors here would be either lodgings or other merchants. So maybe this was a hybrid with the lodgings upstairs and then the stores downstairs. But the other format would be a caravanserai, when the downstairs would be the stables for the horses. And we're back out in mini Istanbul. So just to add to the layout of a typical Ottoman town, so obviously you have the mosque, then you have the hammam, which is the bath house, so the saunas, and then we saw the Han, which was the, I guess, the merchants on the ground floor and the lodgings upstairs, or you would have the caravanserai, which would be the stables downstairs and the lodgings upstairs. And then we also saw the Bezistan, which was the indoor covered arcade like the Grand Bazaar. So that's the typical layout of a Ottoman town throughout the Balkans and the Middle East, wherever they had their trading towns. Okay, if I just explain it in infographic, that's City Hall where we started from. That's the mosque and the old Turkish quarter, there's the clock tower. Then you cross to the Austrian section, there's the Orthodox Church, the Catholic Church, and the synagogue is down there. So you see, like the synagogue is here, the Orthodox is here, the City Hall is here, so it's all walkable. So the old Ottoman and then the Habsburg. So I'm going to go up now to the fortress. So we're trying to get to that fortress now, so you just kind of have to keep climbing up. These are all Turkish graves at the front, and the ones at the back are probably from the war in the 90s. So that's the return view, and you just keep going. So it's a bit of a climb. There is a minibus, but it's better to come yourself. So when you make it to the gate, which is actually a museum now, you know you've pretty much there. So I had to ask for directions because I was just going up and up and up. So I think this looks like the start of it. Okay, so I found it because I haven't been here in 17 years, so I'm kind of rusty. I had to ask locals. So that is City Hall. That is the red one. I'm not sure if I'm pointing the right way. Is another Catholic one. There you can see the old town. So that was the cemetery. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to turn right and come up the cemetery. I think it's coming back to me, so I think that path down the cemetery, you just take that. So instead of following the street. Okay, that's the Catholic Church. There is the Orthodox Church. And then there's the clock tower, that's the Beg Mosque. And let's just zoom out. Then that's probably the old town quarter there. Then you can see Sarajevo City Hall there. And then the red one is the Franciscan Monastery, which I haven't gone to yet. You can see the top there. It's all the mist there. I think the weather's supposed to clear from tomorrow. So you walk down this side of the cemetery. This might be the easiest route. You can just see it there. Okay, so this is where I went wrong. There's actually 3 paths. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to go down this one where the car is coming from. That will take you to Vratnik. The other 2 is, I went down number 1. That's where you're going to get to the Ayrıca Vratnik Museum. You can see the sign there. So you can just see it in the corner there. So that's the old gate, but you come back and go this way. Okay, this is my favorite place in Sarajevo. This is an ethnographic house. I can never say the name, so I'm going to type it. I can't say this. But okay, so right now it seems to be, Google Maps keeps saying that it's closed temporarily, so I can't get in. So I will post some pictures. So this is the old Turkish governor's residence. So it's quite nice inside, but I'll post the pictures. Okay, so just behind me here, Google Maps shows this as a dervish tekke, but you're not allowed, I guess it's locked, so maybe they don't allow public in. And this other house here, it has a plaque that it's a designated historic home, but it's a private residence, so you can't go in either. Just like, watch for all these cars when you're walking on these streets. Okay, so we're going to leave the tourist district and we're going to go south of the river by City Hall to another area that isn't as well known. So there is City Hall in the distance there. We just came out from the old town there. So just across the river here is the Emperor's Mosque, and this is another little district that isn't as touristy. Okay, so this is the Emperor's Mosque. It looks open, so we'll take a quick look inside. Okay, so just the end of the street from the Emperor's Mosque, now you have the Franciscan monastery. Just next to it is the Sarajevo Brewery. The Sarajevo Brewery just in front of the Franciscan church. So just some information on the Franciscan monastery. So this road is called Konak because this is where the Austro Hungarian Governors' residence was, and I could never quite find it. I don't know if it's that red building. Okay, so it's not that one, it's this red building here behind the trees, but it's closed to the public, so let's see how much we can see. So this building has never been restored, or it would be quite interesting. It's actually quite big. So this is as far as you can get. So you can see it would be very nice, but it hasn't been maintained. So that's something they should look into restoring and opening to the public. Okay, so just around the corner from the Konak is the hammam, which is the Turkish bath. So this has all been restored. It was destroyed when I last came here. So I will dig up the pictures of what it used to look like. It's hard to see, but this is the tomb of the 7 brothers. So just by the hammam was there. So just look for this yellow building, then you see the 7 windows here in this mosque. But I don't know how you can get in certain times, but these are the 7 brothers. You can look through the windows and you can see the caskets there. So just how to get to it again. So that yellow building there, that's the hammam. So look for this big yellow building, and then just behind it here you have the 7 brothers. Okay, we're back at the Emperor's Mosque here, and as you can see, the hammam is just touching it. So just within this one block, we just went round, and that's where all these things are. And as you can see, the river is back there, City Hall is back there. Here comes the tram again. So don't just get stuck in the old town district there, like just walk around and explore and see what else there is to see. And just the next bridge over, so you see the museum there, that's where the Archduke Ferdinand was assassinated. So that's the spot right there, and there's the museum about the Austro Hungarian rule. They actually have a map that tells you, so we started at the Emperor's Mosque, we went to the Konak, the Franciscan monastery. Now we're at the park at Maidan, there's the pavilion there. And then we're at the Latin Bridge, there's the Museum of the Assassination, and we're going to check out the synagogue, and that will complete this loop on the south side. So here is the synagogue. You just have to come back one street, that's the river down there, so you have to come back one street to this street. Okay, so I guess you have to bus to go in, which I'm not going to do. I did go in 2007, so I'll just post the pics from that time. So this is the old madrasa. I went in 2007, and now they've built this museum next to it. Again, so you have the Jewish Synagogue because Jews used to live under the Ottoman times, and there's the other one there as well. Just get the star. So this is the old synagogue, like the white one is the museum, that's the old synagogue. The new synagogue was across the river, so I'll add the pics of that. So again, like you have, that's why they call it European Jerusalem. You have Jewish heritage, you have the Orthodox Church, you have the Catholic Church, and then the Islamic mosque. So all living within like 100, 200 meters of each other, and everyone lived peacefully for centuries. So people are telling you otherwise nonsense. It's not true. So I think this is my hostel from 2007. It doesn't exist because most of the things have changed around here, but I recognize it from the photos. Again, so this is the crossroads where Istanbul meets Vienna, so they didn't have that in 2007. Again, here you can see that side is Austro Hungarian. So it's still very bustling compared to 2007. So you hear lots of Turkish, Arabic, Europeans. It's a lot more touristy than it was in 2007. The only thing I don't like is they don't play all of the Bosnian folk music that they used to be playing back in the old town back then, which I really liked. Okay, so we're leaving Little Vienna and we're going to cross back into Little Istanbul again. So they only open the mosques at prayer time, so I was able to get inside this one because otherwise they just lock all the rest of the day until it's prayer time. 2007, I'd be walking around and this would all be empty, and now look at it.